So welcome everyone to this episode of ForageCraft. So, in between episodes, I just decided to go ahead and build myself the little mushroom, like the Nether mushroom generator here. So basically what we have is some, basically a large plot of either of the nyliums. You can do one or both or partial, doesn't really matter, because the bone meal works the same. I have it being sent back and forth with this redstone signal observer and this wall here, which is pushing it back and forth on both sides, which is nice. You can there's probably a better way to set up this collection system, because as it currently stands, I put in a little bit of extra bone meal and it was getting stuck on the middle, which is not ideal, but it's not terrible either. Yeah, there's only so much space you can have if you do it the way I did when I didn't go down into the ground, which I probably should have done so I could have at least something going along the middle there, just so we have some sort of collection, maybe some hopper boats. Oh wait, no, that's not a thing. I don't know. Yeah, you could have that going. Unfortunately, I have noticed when I've gone out of the chunks, sometimes it stops, so I did put in these trapdoors so you can plop it down to update those walls. You could also use fences here if you don't have walls or don't want to use walls. They do the same thing with observers. The fence connects to this connects to that, and then it'll start up again. And then we have going out here a item collection system with the filters for all this stuff. Apparently, you can get the twisted vines from this, but we've gotten quite a bit of stuff already, and it's still going. Like, I have a little bit of a backlog here, so I'm just kind of waiting. And then after, if any of these ever fill up, I'm sending it through into a composter to send it back through the system, because I mean, it should at least somewhat self-feed. And the sugarcane farm over here that I have is not producing very much, and I think I need to restart the timer on that, the red clock, whatever, because it looks like it's off. Curious. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that later and see. But basically I'm gonna be having the bone meal fed into here, and it's also connected up to the other ones, which is pretty nice, and eventually we'll cover this up. I have this side is only one, and then this one goes all the way across, so I have it all filtered into one system here. For whatever reason, you can get some of both, like the blue stuff on this and the red stuff on this, which is interesting. It's leaning more towards one of the blue on the blue and the red on the red, but it is still interesting that you get so much of the blue on the red and the red on the blue. Anyway, now that we are done with that, and I've done showing you that, we're going to be heading over to my base, and I'm going to be doing some general plan. Like, I have an idea of what that last room is that I want to put in, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to be doing some work and mapping it out, and I'll update you guys when I have a little bit of stuff going on. But for now, we're just going to cut, and I'll meet you guys there in a second. Okay, so we're back, and I think I've got the concept down here. So I'm just gonna fly out here and just sort of show you. So I think we're gonna have this edge extend up. We're gonna have the greenery on top going out as well. We're gonna expand that way. Underneath, we're gonna have a walkway that is sort of a sloped thing. I have it at a relatively shallow angle with about 6 blocks in between as it goes up. Here, we're going to have that going up, and then around the edge, we're going to keep some of this pattern basically to there, out and around, and then we'll figure out where the terrain, like, ends here, because I'm not super happy with the coastline as it is, so I'm going to be making some modifications when I do the river, but we're going to wait to modify the river until after we get the above water section, so we're going to just sort of, like, smooth it out and just sort of connect it up. And then underneath, because I didn't just want to make it straight down, I think it would look nicer with this little slope that I'm going to have, like, rounded out here. So I'm thinking maybe we'll have the ground connect, like, here or over there somewhere. And then we'll bring in the shoreline so it's sort of, like, in the water when we get to the ocean part. Yeah, that's my basic idea. I think I'm gonna start with this upper part up here, just get that done. like figure out what we want up top there, and then we'll figure out what we want like the edge and get that in. And then once we have that down, I'm going to be doing some brainstorming while I'm working on that. Then we'll figure out what we want down here, if we want some sort of room inside or just straight up solid. I think I'm going to go for a room just so I don't have to place that many stone blocks, but I'm not 100% sure what I'd put in that room. It might just be like a chill room or something. I don't know. But I guess I will do some working on that, and then I will bring you guys back when I have something else fun to show you. Okay, so welcome back. So I have done quite a bit of work here on just sort of the basic form of the build itself. I've gotten a bit more than I was initially thinking of doing. And by the way, you may have noticed I updated texture packs. But we got things going on here. So basically we have one floor down here, which I might just break into just for example's sake. Basically, and just a little room here. I might make this into a little library nook or something. Up here we've got another floor, which I'm not exactly sure how I want to go with the roof of, just because there's kind of like a little gap in the floor here. As you can see, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do up here. I could leave it open, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to. And then, get out. Okay. And then we extended the roof line of this out this way and up, kind of giving it a little bit of a slope the whole time. We want to make sure it's properly lit up so we don't have any spawns. And then we come out and around, and you can see, like, they're at different angles, which is very nice. I like that very much. The pillars I also like. And then this sloped area is pretty good, but I've kind of just hit a pausing point here, as there's only so much I can do with this as is, simply because I don't have the terraforming and I don't know where the detail needs to be or what with the windows, you know. I need to do some of the terraforming next, I think. So I think I'm gonna work on this side first, just so I have that going. As I still have a little bit of work to do on a little bit of roofing on this area over here, just to like get it a nice, just to sort of close it up. I did a little bit of work here, but I'm not exactly sure what I want to do here, just sort of like simple furniture maybe, and other things. And I want to have a little exit going up here, just so I have the ability to get out there or get in there if I want. And all that stuff. We're gonna have to chop that down eventually, but we'll see. And then I think we're gonna work on the terraforming over here next. And then once we're done with that terraforming, we're gonna jump over here, finish up that roof, and then we'll work on the terraforming on this end. And then maybe once we're done with all the terraforming, or maybe when we're done with one or both, I think once I'm done with that side of the terraforming, I'll bring you back, show you what we got. Then we'll come over here after that and do this half. And hopefully we won't run out of time to finish this half. And we won't have enough time to do the river, because that's just, the river takes forever anyway, by itself. But anyway. Phantoms. So annoying. Anyway, I guess we're gonna be getting to work on terraforming, and then I will catch you guys in a minute when I have all of at least this half of the terraforming done. So I'll catch you guys in a second. Okay, so welcome back. So I have finished the terraforming on this side, aside from the river portion, and I also just sort of bridged over this edge because it was a little bland with just the plain mud bricks on the edge, the walls. So I decided to just extend this pattern around the corner, just to sort of give it a little more of a look to it. Now, eventually I'm going to be putting a bunch of big trees out here, either the cherry trees or the other ones that I've been building around, that I built over on the Stone Giant Island. But I'm not 100% sure if which one I want to do, considering this area is going to be full of the custom cherry trees eventually. But yeah, this took quite a while, but it's very nice. I think it looks pretty nice, and definitely looks nicer than it did with just blend. And I think it blends in well with the edge of the arena. So I'm hoping to do the other side now and just sort of coat over all of this fun stuff and just sort of get it all finished up, I guess. Like just sort of clean up this end of the this half of the base, and then also maybe we'll do, I think I want to do at least attempt to start on this last piece that I left ages ago because I wasn't 100% sure how I wanted to go about it, and I think I can figure it out now at this point. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna just sort of brainstorm and figure out what I want to do, just sort of like mess around a bunch, and then I guess I'll bring you guys back when I have something else to show you guys. Okay, so welcome back. So I have finished up the terraforming on this side here. So basically we ended right at this edge. So I sort of brought it out and around, giving a nice flat area, which is going to be full of trees eventually. We got a little bit of exposed roof because I didn't want to just like build up over it because that would have looked a little awkward. So I decided to just leave it open and have glass. I also put in some glass up top here. And it sort of peaks up here and then it goes down and around with a little bit on this edge here we got going. It comes around and ends over here. So I still have a little bit of detail work to do on the edges here, some simple stuff that I think I'm going to work on, as well as one other section that I'm hoping to get done. So I'm hoping to do that little bit of detailing, as well as maybe the interiors. And I'm also hoping to do some sort of crane system here, and support systems for this thing. Like just sort of like arches, half arches, you know. The thing you see under docks, but a little more structural and heavy duty. And yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna do now, and we'll probably be close to the end of time by the end of that. So I guess we'll see how much time we have after that, but I guess I will catch you guys in a minute when I have the stuff finished up. Okay, so welcome back. So I've got only a couple minutes to record this clip before I have to run off and do stuff, so I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. But basically, I have finished up the last little bit and we are out of time. So I added in this crane system, which really adds to this. It just sort of brings it up for making it seem so flat. It makes it feel less flat with this crane here. I didn't put too much lighting on the crane itself because it was just not working. It just didn't feel right to have lighting on it because it is a crane. It's supposed to be mechanized, not lit up. And then we also added in a little bit of decor on this, a little bit of plants, that sort of thing going on in there. We got a little bit of just sort of both sides are the same, but just basically a little bit of extra. I added, smoothed it out with some stairs. Inside of here we have a library with some seating areas. You can watch the sunset in there, and then down here, just break through the wall, we get a nice cozy little library with some cushion couches that don't have backs. You can like recline yourself and just chill, and that's what we got there. So that's basically it. So this is gonna be the last like actual episode sort of thing that we have going on for this series, this season of the series. I'm going to be doing I think I'm going to do some YouTube shorts, just sort of like as updates once a week, so you can kind of get a faster version of what I'm doing, because it's mostly going to be desert clearing and just like building trees, just so I can like finish up this area, like finish up this island, do a couple like finishing touches, clear as much desert as possible so I don't waste resources, and it's just, yeah, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything, and I want to make sure I have everything done to the best of my ability without feeling pressured and rushed into making full-on videos while I'm working on other projects at the same time, because I got lots of stuff going on. So, yeah, I guess, and then once I have finished up all the shorts, we'll do sort of like an update video, and then we'll switch over to Season 3, I guess. So, If you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos and series, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode, which is going to be fun. We're moving up in this world and we're making it feel like our own, which is very nice. So, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.